Hello, I'm Mary Roberts, Executive Director for Lloyd Wright's Barton House, and we're here today in the George Barton House. The Barton House is the first house that Wright designed on the estate for the Bartons, and it was built for Darwin's sister, Delta, and her husband, George Barton. It's a classic example of prairie-style architecture, set up in a cross-axial design. We're beginning today in the dining room. It features a beautiful built-in sideboard, or a buffet in more contemporary terms, with the original art glass. It's also designed by Wright. The dining room is a lovely space. The table that you see in the dining room today is not the original. It is a contemporary design, but it is very similar to the original dining room table and chairs, which Wright designed for the Barton House. The original furnishings for the dining room are now in the Minneapolis Museum of Art. If you see throughout the dining room, you'll see the beginning of the color palette, soft golds and greens. It ties into the art glass as well as the sconce fixtures on the walls. This is a beautiful space to entertain in. The dining room and the living room and the first floor are part of what's available to rent at the Barton House if you're interested. We're now walking into the foyer. The foyer of the Barton House is the center portion of the overarching unit room. It leads to the front door, the veranda, and to my left here is the wooden grill that hides the entrance, the staircase to the second floor. Second floor of this house includes 4 bedrooms and the only original bathroom in the Barton House. And now we'll take a walk into the living room itself. The living room in the Barton House has the only fireplace in the building. It is also a beautiful space with built-in cabinets that hide the radiators, art glass, and beautiful spaces looking out to the nature outside. It is anchored at one end by a beautiful pendant light. The second pendant light that matches it is in the dining room as well. These are the original light fixtures. They very closely mirror the art glass that you see in the windows. Wright was trying to center your attention on the outdoors. He talked about nature being the only face of God that we ever see, and it was the inspiration for his designs. And the windows here in the Barton House the center clear window flanked on either side by the art glass, gives you a very good example. The focus seems to draw your eye and your attention to the outdoors. It's really about a building that tries to connect you to nature in as many ways as possible. We'll now take a walk again through the foyer and a look at the veranda. Three beautiful full-length art glass doors leading out onto the veranda, all original. Copper screens, which were the norm at the time, so that you could open the art glass and allow air to flow into the building. The veranda provided a beautiful outdoor space for the Bartons. They were very close visually in sight with their in-laws at the main Barton House. And the veranda extends into the beautiful landscape gardens. You can see here today that spring has sprung. The floricycle and its 7,000 bulbs is coming alive as we speak. And I would tell you also that if you want to visit the Barton House when we reopen, the Martin House and the Barton House and the Gardener's Cottage are all included on the 2-hour Martin House Plus tours. And if you like what you saw today, we've also captured a video that you can see on this channel of the first floor of the Barton House. But thank you today for joining us at the George Barton House, 1903, Buffalo, New York, designed by Lloyd Wright.